how you can go approach an investor really depends on what kind of regulation you're raising under, right? The vast majority of capital that's raised in the US is raised under Regulation D, Rule 506B, right? And this has been around for decades. And it's super simple. You can raise as much as you want, but you are limited in the number of non-accredited investors that you can bring in. And you cannot do what we call general solicitation. That's basically lawyer speak for advertising, right? So, you can raise as much as you want, but there's strings on attached as to who you can raise from. You can raise from as many rich people or accredited investors as you want, and basically a handful of non-rich people. And you cannot generally advertise. So you can't do Twitter advertisements. You can't put Facebook advertisements. You can't go onto LinkedIn and be like, I'm raising $5 million for 123 Main Street. Come invest with me, right? You have to reach out to people who you already have a relationship with them, and you know that they're relatively sophisticated and they understand the risks of what they're investing in. And that can become a very technical exercise. Now, something that's relatively newer is this regulation called 506C, as in cat. And this is what I call accredited crowdfunding, right? So you can raise as much as you want, but suddenly you cannot raise from any non-accredited, sophisticated people anymore, right? You can only raise from accredited investors, and you actually have to verify that they're accredited. But what I always say is, what the SEC giveth, the SEC taketh away. So because they are limiting you to accredited investors only, now you're allowed to take extra liberties. And those liberties are that you can generally solicit, right? So that means that you can go out with a megaphone and tell the entire world, hey, I have 123 Main Street under contract. I need $5 million to bring to the closing table. Come give me your money. You can say that. You can't say whatever you want. You can't say anything that's fraudulent, but there's a wide liberty on what you can say. What I will say though is that I get a lot of calls from people who come to me and they're like, oh, I want to start a real estate crowdfunding site, or oh, I want to do a 506C. And that's fine, but I think a lot of times people don't really understand how to use 506C effectively, right? I think if you're going to get the most bang out of your buck for a 506C, you want to have a lot of capital to be able to spend on advertising, right? And I don't think the best way to do it is to say, oh, like I'm starting off as a real estate syndicator. I need to go out and advertise to everyone. No, you always start off with your family and friends, because it does not matter if someone clicks on an ad or whatever. At the end of the day, no matter how they find you, the thing that's going to matter most, whether you're crowdfunding or not, is can this investor trust you with their money, right? They're going to due diligence you. They're going to want to see your track record. And if this is the first time you're doing a real estate syndication, you have no track record. It's not a very good sell, right? And immediately they don't trust you very much. So a lot of people that approach me thinking like crowdfunding is the way for, a relatively new syndicator to get started in the business, I think it's the exact opposite.